You're watching a movie. Nothing sad. Just a dog running back to its owner. And somehow you're already crying. Someone at work says something kind to you, and your eyes instantly fill up. A stranger smiles at you on a difficult day, and you have to look away before the tears come. You've probably heard the same thing your whole life. You're too sensitive. Stop being emotional. Why do you cry so easily? And maybe, over time, you started believing it. Maybe you convinced yourself that something was wrong with you, that you needed to become tougher. But before you believe that, think about this for a second. 41% of Americans say, "I'm fine," every single day when they are actually not fine. Nearly half the country is hiding how they really feel. So who is truly broken? The person who feels deeply? Or the society that trained everyone to hide their emotions? Psychology research actually shows. Scientists have a name for people who feel things more deeply than others. They call it high sensitivity, and it affects about 1 in 5 people on Earth. Dr. Elaine Aron, a psychologist from New York, was the first person to seriously study this trait. She called these people highly sensitive persons, or HSPs. And her research changed how we understand the human brain. But one brain study proved this more clearly than anything else. Because this isn't just about emotions. It's about your brain itself. In 2014, scientists at the University of California conducted a powerful experiment. They wanted to see what actually happens inside the brain of a highly sensitive person. So they used brain scanners, machines that show which parts of the brain become active during certain experiences. Here's what they did. People lay inside the scanner while researchers showed them photos. Photos of husbands, wives, strangers, some smiling, some sad, some completely neutral. The people inside the scanner weren't asked to do anything. Just look. That's it. And when the results came back, the scientists were shocked. The brains of highly sensitive people reacted completely differently. The areas connected to empathy, emotion, and understanding other people's feelings lit up much brighter and much stronger. 3 brain areas showed the biggest difference. The part connected to feeling emotions inside your own body. The part that understands what other people are feeling. And the part that mirrors another person's emotions. Almost like replaying their feelings inside your own mind. One of the lead researchers explained it like this. The brain areas related to empathy showed much greater activity in highly sensitive people. But here's the part that changes everything. 1 year later, they brought the same people back. They ran the same scans, showed the same photos, and the brain patterns were nearly identical. Exactly the same. 1 year later. Meaning this is not a phase, not weakness, not attention-seeking. It is part of how your brain is built. Permanent, real, scientifically proven. And the strongest reaction happened when highly sensitive people looked at someone they loved, smiling. Not suffering, not crying, just happy. Their brains responded at levels most people never experience. So the next time you cry during a wedding that isn't yours, or tear up watching a stranger receive good news, remember this. That is not weakness. That is your brain doing something rare. Now here's the truth nobody talks about. Harvard researchers discovered that crying actually helps the body release stress. Tears carry stress chemicals out of your system, and crying activates calming chemicals inside the brain. In other words, your body designed crying to heal you, not embarrass you, heal you. And the people constantly holding those tears back, they're paying a hidden price. Now listen carefully to this. According to the American Psychological Association, 69% of Americans said they needed more emotional support last year than they actually received. Nearly 7 out of every 10 people around you are quietly hurting, quietly hoping someone will truly understand them. And yet, the person who cries easily is still the one being told to toughen up. Think about how backwards that is. At work, you've probably spent years hiding your emotions, blinking fast, looking away, stepping outside so nobody notices. But research shows highly sensitive people are often more creative, better at reading people, and better at building meaningful relationships. In a world where everyone says, "I'm fine," when they really aren't, you're the one who notices what's actually going on. That is not weakness. That is leadership. In relationships, When someone else hurts, you feel it deeply too. Not because you're dramatic, but because your brain literally mirrors emotion more strongly than most people. You're not too much. You are exactly what real human connection needs. With social media, highly sensitive people absorb everything harder. The comparison, the anger, the fake perfect lives. It all hits deeper. And when millions of people are already pretending to be okay, scrolling through more fake happiness only makes it worse. Limiting screen time for you isn't weakness. It's protection. With stress, loud places, busy schedules, and too much stimulation can overload your nervous system faster than most people. That's why you need more quiet, more recovery time, more moments alone. Not because you're weak, because your brain processes more. At night, your mind keeps replaying conversations. The change in someone's voice, that awkward moment from earlier. Your brain keeps processing emotion long after the moment is over. That's why rest matters so much for sensitive people. And finally, purpose. Highly sensitive people are often writers, artists, teachers, musicians, healers, because the same depth that makes you emotional also makes you deeply creative. The emotions you carry become meaning. So let me leave you with this. Science proved your brain works differently. Millions of people around you are silently struggling emotionally. And in a disconnected world full of people pretending to be okay, you are one of the few people who still truly feels. You are not the problem. You are the reminder of what being human is supposed to look like. The world told you to feel less. But science tells a different story. You were built to feel more, to notice more, to care more. And in a world slowly forgetting how to feel anything at all, that makes you incredibly important. Your sensitivity is not your weakness. It is your superpower.